Well, hello, Budget Dolls. Good morning. I'm Margot, and welcome to Budgets Untamed. I'm up early this morning. I'm going to have a late evening at work, so I just decided to create a video before I leave. And the video is talking about my bills for the last part of the month of August. Can you believe we're at the second half of August already? That's not fair. Like, August came and it is almost gone. You guys know how I like to preserve my summer, okay? But I don't know, it is getting away from me.
You dealing with the body of cars, or you dealing with the boy.
So how is everyone doing? How is your summer going? Have the kids gone back to school? I'm pretty sure they have in many places. Okay, so what I wanted to do today was just go over my bills briefly and figure out how much money I am going to need to send over to bill pay to get these bills paid. Okay, let me see where we're going to be here. I like to leave myself little sticky notes so I can remember what's going on or what I need to do. Okay, so it is the middle of the month, like I said, and we are at Paycheck on the 15th. And what I like to pay on the very first day I get paid is Washington gas, my storage, IRS, streaming, and gasoline for my car. Now, some of these things have changed. Let's talk about the storage unit. The storage unit is changing. Washington gas, I'm only gonna owe $16. I think the rain is picking up outside, you guys. You guys are gonna hear that. IRS, $160. Streaming, I'm going to pay $25 because I have some money still in there from the last time. My gasoline will be $140. So let's talk about the storage unit. Okay, there's so much to talk about with that storage unit. Okay, so remember I had the goal of being out of my storage unit by Halloween. And the only reason I say Halloween is because it sounds more exciting than October 30th. Halloween is like a destination. It's like, you know, by the time I arrive at Halloween, my storage unit will be empty. Well, my storage unit changed ownership. So now the new owners have, of course, applied new rules, which means the rent has changed. Okay. So what has happened is they said you have to show insurance for what's inside. Now, I don't have insurance for what's over there, and the insurance that I have on my apartment or the things in my apartment do not apply for off-site because, of course, insurance wants you to have a whole different policy for that. So I decided, I'm going to be out by Halloween, so there's no need for me to get a whole year's plan and have to go through that. So what I decided to do is just accept their offer of an additional $12 a month for my insurance, which was fine because I know I won't be in there much longer. So that means my rent will go from $138 to $150. Okay? So not only did they change that, they changed the date that my payment is due. Now, you know how I am with my bills. I like to have my bills exactly where I want them based upon my month. So I had painstakingly gone through and moved some bills and separated them so that my month wouldn't be so heavy on one end or the other. So now they're changing that when my bill is due, and it's going to be due at the beginning of the month, on the 1st of the month. So what they did was prorated me for the 2 weeks that are left in August, because on September 1st, they're going to start with $150. So that prompted me to make a change to my goal. My goal was Halloween. Now my goal is going to be September 30th. And the reason is because I know that I'll have to pay them $150 for September, but I want that to be the very last time I make that payment. So that's exciting because I have roughly 6 weeks left to get the storage unit cleaned out. And I have been doing a lot of work in that storage unit. I even had my son go over with me one day to pull out the couch that's in there because he wanted it. So once that couch got pulled out, that was all the heavy duty stuff that I needed help with. So now I can just continue to make little trips over there and pull out things that I can bring back to my apartment, sort through. Some of it will be trash, some of it will be donated, and that I determine what I'm going to keep. Which brings me to my apartment. I like my apartment to have a lot of space. Even my dresser drawer is pushed into my closet. So I don't want things sitting out and sitting around and having a lot of storage. In other words, bringing everything from the storage unit to my apartment. That was never my plan. So the reason I can't just go over there and take everything out and bring it over here is because I don't want that to happen. So I've given myself time to make trips over there, sort through some things, and, you know, dispose of what I want to dispose of, keep what I want to keep, and donate what I want to donate. And that way I can see how much space I have left in my apartment and what type of organizers I would need to buy. So that is going to be a separate video when I show you all of those pictures and everything that I've done. But I did want to talk to you about that today because I'm very, very, very proud of the fact that I've gotten this far. So anyway, that brings us to owing just $78 for storage, but I'm going to transfer the whole $138 because in September I'm going to have to pay that $150, which I wasn't planning to pay it at the beginning of the month. You get me? Got it. Okay, so let's do that. Gasoline. Okay, so now on the 16th of the month, I'm going to have to pay my Care Credit bill, which will be $100. My Progressive bill for my car insurance will be about $90. And then Xfinity will be another $100. Okay? And that's on the 19th. So then the last bill that's due in the month is Credit One, and that is due on the 24th, and that bill will be about $93. So another reason that I'm getting so excited is that is because when I stop with that $138 to storage, I'm going to roll it into my Snowball payment. So right now I pay about $100 on my Snowball, and let me see. So this is a good idea. Right here I pay about $100 on my Snowball, and okay, hold on a moment. I'm missing my calculator. So right now my Snowball payment is about $100 per month, and I normally do $50 per check. So this is going to be $50 here for Snowball. Okay, so let's see how much that bill pay is going to be. So that's going to be about $846, which means I can give myself a buffer of about $40. So it'll be 50. I'll give myself a buffer of 50. I'm going to keep that at $895 for bill pay. Okay. So then, with my cash plan and my savings, I think I'm going to save that for the next video, because the next video will be my cash plan. Okay, you guys, that was short and sweet, but I wanted to keep myself on track. Another thing is that I wanted to talk about my bills is my AT&T bill. And I don't know why I woke up thinking about AT&T, because AT&T is at the beginning of the month, but I woke up thinking about it because my bill has gone up $10 or $11, and I want to know why. So of course you don't get to talk to anybody. It's just a bunch of recordings and foolishness, and they're saying, oh, it went up because we added this, and so $5 per line we're going to add to your bill. Okay, so I still have questions, and I want to know if there's any way you can give me a discount, and I want to make sure that my employer benefit is still there. But of course, when I called them, it was a bunch of foolishness with the recordings and the chat bot and all of that calling me back. So I haven't had a chance to speak with them yet, but I definitely will. So maybe the next time that we talk, I'll be able to talk to you about what happened with AT&T. So right now it has been raised to $181, and I'm going to get to the bottom of it. So one of the things that I like to do is talk about my bills in detail, because I want you guys to know that you can do that and you can make changes with your bills, and you don't have to accept what it is. Even with utilities, I always call to get as much information about them as I can so that I can learn myself at home how to make changes, how I keep my bills so low. So even with my Pepco bill, which is my energy bill, it was only $92 for the month, and this is August, and it's been hot. So I have chosen not to run my air conditioner day in and day out. When I come home from work, I'll turn it on for comfort. But I have a ceiling fan in my bedroom. If nobody has a ceiling fan in their bedroom, invest in that. Get it done, even if you have to pay an electrician a fee to come in and do that for you. It's very important that you do that, because that's going to save you in the long run. So in both of my bedrooms, I have ceiling fans. And at this point, I would like to get one in my dining room as well. Instead of that light fixture that I don't really use, I would love to get an electrician over here to put in a ceiling fan there for me. So I'm thinking about that. It's not something I'm going to do right now, but I'm going to start getting prices and things for that. Now, as far as my apartments are concerned, I'm just going to make sure that when he puts it up, it's easy for me to take it down and take it with me, and then just put the light kit that's in there now back up. It's not that difficult. It's something that can be done. That's all that I have for today, dolls, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.